Has to have somebody who is helping out. They come through and try and take over, hit the wind that de Klerk leads. As soon as he gets out of the wind, it must hit you like a train. And look at Sky as well, also joining the engine room, but 30 seconds holding with 11.6 to go. When's 30 seconds going to be enough for Dowsett?
I don't think it'll be enough now at any time, because 4 riders come to the front. Arashiro's there, and he's got a teammate on his Brakovic as well. So Arashiro, Brakovic, Peter Kenyuk, Tim de Klerk, so 4 riders against 1. I know this is what he does best, Alex Dowsett, but I think it's going to be very difficult to hold off the peloton. It would have been great to see 1 or 2 riders with them. I think they had a good chance, but now that 3 teams are riding, it's going to be very difficult now for them to stay away.
26 does bounce back the wrong way as far as Dowsett is concerned, but look at this, he'll come through this PMU sprint. PMU spreading its tendrils across the Swiss border here. So there it is, he takes that, but he's not bothered about that. He wants the stage win, and in fact the leader's jersey, which he'd carry into the big climbing stage tomorrow. We'll see. Dowsett, in fact, he's lost some time, hasn't he, on the course because of the bad weather, so he's not going to do that, but stage win is a temptation.
It is, and he can do this time trial effort. He's looking back. We're starting to see a reaction now for the points chair, so that was just someone just clipping off there to take second place and gain some points, 10 points in fact in that competition.
Lakeside, absolutely lovely.
In fact, it was the green jersey, sorry Carrollton, it just thought about it, so Kung thought about it, wants some more points and takes 10 points.
Good for him. He's going to be found out tomorrow, I presume, but there's everyone being found out today. Sky just part of the engine room that's trying to close down on Alex Dowsett, who's up the road at the moment. He's still holding 30 seconds, but look on these, unfortunately, these plateau. He's well within sight of these guys, but I'm still questioning whether they've misjudged it, because the pace he's putting in, they look like they're going very quickly, Brian, but so's Alex Dowsett at the moment.
It's 4 against 1, and it's they're just holding the gap at the moment. Alex is absolutely flying. He's on the drops. 10 kilometres ago for Alex Dowsett, the British time trial champion, and like we said when he went away, very difficult rider to bring back, and other riders will need to come to the front to bring this rider back if they want a bunch finish today.
Looks like he's picked up a bit of debris underneath his saddle here. That'll be a micro of a watt that's being taken away from him, unfortunately. Maybe it's a lucky letter, who knows. Right now, it's just under 20 seconds with 9.4 kilometres to go, and it looks like the hurt that's been imposed on Alex by this chase is now starting to bear fruit. Bahrain Merida have been busy. The Trek team have not overly. How do you think Feline will go today at the end?
I think he'll stay safe, because he's now in an opportunity now. If he has stay safe, has a good ride tomorrow, time trial well enough, I think Trek will be happy if he stays there. I don't think he'll be winning this race outright, but if he can stay in a very good position, it's some good points for him. So I think it's just about staying safe today. And then sprints, Carlton, as you know, anything could happen, and the last thing you want to do is get involved in a crash.
Bob Jungels, who's very well placed for quick step, which is why de Klerk did a lot of work to try and close down Alex Dowsett. He's got a modest 14 seconds now with 8.6 to go. He'd have to find something absolutely exceptional if he was going to push on from a point such as this. Indeed, there's Feline and his Trek boys as well, who are also happy in closing down the gap. Kenny's done a great job for Sky. We're looking back through as well. For Orica Scott, Albacini's there, but I don't think it's going to be him today. What about Ben Swift from UAE? I guess you've got to be a bit of a hard man, even if it's more of a classical sprint run in towards the end of today. As you can see, we've got these big escarpments where they gradually produce a false flat, and it is a wearing thing, but you can hide here. Big dig.
A Brit chasing a Brit.
Yep. Dare he?
Well, he's under orders to work for Viviani today, so Peter Kenyuk trying to chase down his countryman Alex Dowsett with the help of Tim de Klerk, Sink of Bahrain Merida, and Arashiro as well.
Bora putting something in as well for Michael Schwartzman. He's not the absolute top drawer of sprinters, but he sustains punishment very well. Schwartzman. He's a big sort of wrestler of a man, a bit like Bart de Klerk, but not quite. Sorry, Tim de Klerk, but not quite as not quite as massive. 10 seconds, 0.7 kilometres to go, and providers here proving that they've got themselves a helicopter. A lot of people say, why don't you use drones instead of helicopters? Well, they don't have the battery life or indeed the distance. You can't keep them up there for that long. So yeah, we still got the choppers and the West Cams, and they provide these great pictures. There we are. That is the chase at the moment, and Filippi, wearing the yellow jersey, is well and truly embedded for a decent finish today, and so he'll stay in that jersey going into Les Indes, the climbing day, the Queen Stage tomorrow. The blue, the pale blue, red and white of Luxembourg is on the back of Bob Jongels, the Luxembourg champion. And he must be feeling, well, he certainly looks like he's riding with a great deal of confidence. Dows it likewise, but there's no vehicles in the gap save for this camera bike, I'm afraid. There is a suggestion that if a motorcycle gets close enough to you, there is actually a wake that's produced by an aero wake, if you like, which does assist in some ways. So they've called it to the side, because if it follows directly behind, you can actually bizarrely push the air. Push the rider. It's not much, but there is an impact there, and a lot of people, once they know that, don't like it, so the camera's just pulled to the side, which is a little bit more pertinent. There's Wanty Group Gobert, beg your pardon, Orica Scott. Wanty also have been busy today. In fact, it is Wanty. The dull light here will be, actually I stand to be corrected, but there is Team Sunweb as well, after the disappointment of losing Warren Barguil yesterday. Who they're working for? Is it just overall for Kelderman?
Yes, Kelderman is the chosen one. They came here with a couple of options, and Kelderman looked quite good in the first mountain stage, and has already shown in the past that he can do well in the staged races, and I think they'll look after him today.
Big grind, only 5 seconds there, and Tim de Klerk's effort has paid off. This is for Bob Jongels, who's been nice and quiet within towards the front of this group. Nicholas Roach has been busy today, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody has a late push, but it'd have to be about now with 5.8 kilometres to go. Let's talk about the approach, Brian.
Yeah, it's pretty straight in. 3 kilometres, they've already passed the finishing line twice already, so they already know it. But it's a pretty straight run in from the 3 kilometre mark. So, 5.5. The camera's searching for Alex Dowsett at the moment. Can't find him. He hasn't been dragged in just yet, unless I've been looking elsewhere. 5.3 Ks out. Under the 5 kilometre banner for what is a bit of a charge at the moment. There's the swooping camera, and there's Alex Dowsett. Well, not going to happen for him, but what a fairy tale for a moment we believed in. But the guys who wrote that were grim, were they not? And it could turn out to be an awful lot of effort for not much, I'm afraid, but great entertainment, and thanks to Alex Dowsett for that. Just check, that's a beautiful shot, isn't it, with the dark clouds around. And look how strung out it is. That's the pace we've got, Brian, with 4.5 to go. Not so beautiful at the back if you're sitting there, but yeah, fantastic shot. Everybody lined out. The speed is up. Alex Dowsett is trying to hold on to a very slender advantage, as we suspected it wasn't going to be enough, because Quickstep came up to help out Barry and Merida. I don't think Barry and Merida would have been able to do it on their own. Peter Kenya came up for a Team Sky, and he's still trying to hold off Tim de Klerk.
Bit of dive bombing coming from Dimension Data. Who would be their chosen son today?
That would have been Yusuf Regigi. He likes a bit of that.
I'm not so sure everyone else does around it. Some very squeaky moments. Bora also out of the saddle here. They'll be working for Michael Schwartzman. So Alex Dowsett, I'm afraid, is going to get caught. He hit the 3 kilometre to go banner. Nicholas Roach is well placed as well for BMC today. I'm wondering if one of the GC men might have a go. De Klerk does his job, pulls over to the side. Job well done. And in fact, Dowsett looks over it and says, it was your fault, was it? UAE, Ben Swift, why not? Diego Ulissi, who can also go quickly. will be a factor overall, presumably as well. Howson is in here, and indeed so is Edmondson. There is Ben Swift absolutely locked in with Viviani also there, Brian.
His old lead out man.
Yep.
So he's trusting an old wheel, Ben Swift, just in front of Viviani, because he knows that Swift is going to be looked after, and he trusts that wheel. So Viviani using the lead out of UAE to look after himself.
He's a Serrata just getting himself up. There's Bob Jongels, right hand side of your picture. A lot of principal riders here. Richesi is also there, dead centre, wearing number 17. Could be an option for them, for the men in blue of Quick Step. 2.8 kilometres to go now. This is starting to liven up good and proper. Could do with a wider view, to be honest. I know we're supposed to be looking at Ben Swift, but we've mentioned him already. 2.6 to go, and here we are. So it's a reasonably straight run-in, although it does dip and dive. Camera struggling to pick him up, and here we are, mobbed across the road, everyone looking, and Bora and Merida clearly believe they've still got something left. Maybe Colbrelli has, if he's managed to hide out there. JJ Lobato from Team Lotto Jumbo hasn't really seen too much of the men in yellow and black of their jerseys. Oof. And Sunweb Ors, balking going on dead centre here, reflected back through the pack, and they're mobbed across the road with 2.2 to go. Still a drag, as you can see. They're fighting for position as Retzer gets himself up for Francis Tijoux in the Bleu Blanc et Rouge. They've got Lorenzo Manzin as well, just with him, but in fact Manzin's struggling, trying to find him at the moment. Bora hit the front. This is for Michael Schwarzman.
Yeah, Colbrelli straight up there. I just don't like it when I see a team move from one side of the road to the other. Edmondson is up there. He's the chosen one for Orica Scott today, but I was just thinking a while back that Kevin Reza, he normally rides well in Romandie in the sprint finishes, and why not today?
Yeah, indeed. 1.7 kilometres to go. Flamme Rouge beckons straight line in today, and those who've missed out and find themselves out of position are struggling to get back in at the moment. Here we go then. This is a spear past this one. 1,500 metres to go then. Somebody goes very, very wrong. I think that was basically forget me for today. 1,400 then, and they're checking over shoulders. It's getting a little bit busy, more than that. Bora doing most of the approach work at the moment with 1,200 to go. And there's some teams who are out of position. Sky have reassembled themselves, and now with Viviani, who stopped hoboing with the UAE Emirates team. He's got those around him. There is Viviani, centre of the road at the moment. Bora also there. Well and truly on the front. There's Schwarzman in P2 at the moment, but are they going to get mugged? Here comes Team Sky, 900 metres, 800 metres to go, and it is like a train. Oh my goodness, trying to make amends for this one. Here they come, stretching their legs. Team Sky, and Bora just almost look at them with disdain. Where on earth did you come from, they say. Oh, locked together. They'll ride the road as much as they can, and Sky try and pick it up. They're ejecting pace. Viviani looks cool as a moment, cool for the time being, but Ben Swift's on his wheel now. They swap duties. Time running out. We could do with a heads-up shot, and leaving it very late. JJ Lobato comes and tries to join the front. Edmondson picks it up as well with a long ranger. Oh, powering through, and here we go. Big old push by him. Excellent run. What a way to time that. As he timed it perfectly. Viviani tries to come back at him. Can't quite there. Colbrelli still looks lively with 100 to go. Colbrelli versus Viviani. Oh, turned disappointment into glory. And Viviani, who's been let down by not being selected for the Giro, does it today.
Did you see that lead out into the 1 kilometre of Chris Froome? Chris Froome came up with Owen Duell and Viviani on the wheel, so it was an excellent lead out. They took it on from the front. Ben Swift was in the perfect place, but it was a big effort there by the Orica Scott rider Edmondson. It just kind of failed a little bit towards the end. Colbrelli left himself too much to do in the end. Schwarzman comes up for Bora. He was in the perfect position about 2 kilometres out, I think, into third place there. But this man steals that again. On the day that he was told you're not going to your home Grand Tour, he pops up with a win. Just Edmondson, he just tried to hold on, but he wasn't able to. Colbrelli second, Schwarzman third, and a dip of the head there by Edmondson. Wasn't able to hold off the peloton there from that late effort.
There it is, Colbrelli, runner-up. Edmondson, a brave run, but didn't get there. Schwarzman finishes in third. He was fourth, Edmondson. And Sam Dumoulin just coming across the line in 5th place. Well done, Viviani. That was a great win, and he thanks Chris Froome and the rest of his team who gave him the gift today. The gift of winning. It doesn't get much better. Queen Stage tomorrow, don't forget. Our leader remains the same, Feline, in yellow.
Good job, boys.